Hey guys, Glockster42. Well, look at that. We've got some more built. I built this one just at the tail end of 2019, and this was actually my first build of 2020. No, my second build of 2020. The Israeli Magash 6B was my first build. This is my second build of 2020. So let's do a head-to-head comparison of Dragon Jagdpanther G2 versus Meng Jagdpanther G1. Let's start with the Dragon, because it was the one I built first. Start from the ground up. Okay, running gear. A little bit sharper detail on the Dragon. Much fiddlier to build. They run the whole traction bars going through the undercarriage into the hull, all that nonsense. Lots and lots of work to get the suspension built. In fact, the suspension on the Dragon probably took as long as the entire lower hull on the Meng. The Meng is a little bit more conventional. Think Tamiya on steroids. That's how I would describe this kit. Tamiya on steroids. This Meng kit is what Tamiya kits should be. Almost. And we'll get into that in a bit here. So basically just simple torsion bars fit into the hull. Super tight fit. The running gear is much simpler to build. The directions are a little bit better. Not Tamiya quality, but they are definitely better than the Dragon kit. Now this is the G1, G2. Subtle variations and differences. Differences on the back hull, a little bit of differences in the top plate, but basically a lot of just differences where stowage and storage is. So we're not going to talk about variations of the kit, of the actual Jagdpanther, but variations in the build. So let's talk about tracks on the Dragon. They have got the DM soft rubber tracks, which I don't hate. They glue up nice, they go on good, but this just will not hold paint. As you can see here, a harsh word will peel the paint right off, and I scrubbed that with Castrol Super Clean, hot soapy water afterwards, rinse thoroughly, let them dry, and nothing will stick to this paint. No paint will stick to these tracks. So, yeah, the tracks on these, well, quick and easy to put on. All you need to do is slide a little bit of a pin into the hull and super glue it in to get the nice track sag. They're nicely detailed. They actually have hollow guide horns for a vinyl one-piece track, which is really nice. They're nicely detailed, but they just don't hold paint. Now, let's talk about the Meng tracks. Oh, God. Each track bar has 4 locating pins. So you have to clean all those off. Then each one of the guide horns are a separate piece that you have to cut, clean off, and attach to each one. So what I did is I cut all the tracks off, clean them up, cut all the guide horns, clean them up, and then built each single link with the 2 track horns, guide horns, put them aside, and then assembled the whole thing. The actual entire assembly of the kit, once everything was put together, was only about maybe an hour and 15 minutes for both sides. However, to get them to that position, probably 14 hours of work for both tracks. Lots of work on these tracks, but by God, they fit really nice. They're super detailed. The way you can adjust the tension in the back on here so you can get the exact tension that you want. Really nice considering all the work. The tracks are really nice. A lot of work. Photo etch. Both have photo etch. As you can see, the Meng has photo etch on the back plate and a few photo etch here and there. I really like these photo etched fenders. They went really good. There is a plastic, fairly substantial plastic plate running underneath here that provide really nice hold on for these, a little bit of a bend on them. All in all, photo etch in both kits are really nice. I'd give them both a good high marks. Really nicely done. I thoroughly enjoyed the photo etch on both these kits. Tow cables. Meng supplied the very thin tow cables, a little thin I think for what they should be, whereas Dragon also supplied tow cables of I think a much more realistic thick size. You can kind of see how much thicker the Dragon ones are compared to the Meng tracks. I was away from home when I built this, and I just pretty much built it straight up out of the box. Now fit and finish. very, very similar. The Meng had a few fit issues, needed some putty along the bottom, putty under here, and some putty along the roof so it would fit. They both had one-piece barrels, although for some reason Meng decided to make the rear part of the barrel a two-piece barrel, whereas Dragon was the entire thing from muzzle brake to the mantle was all one piece. So give the Dragon that one. Dimensionally, the Dragon seems to be a little bit bigger. They look a little bit bigger, but when I measured them up, they were virtually within a millimeter of each other. So other than that, they're okay. The Dragon, definitely more of a complex, complicated build. If you take the tracks out of the equation on this one, this is takes twice as long to build. There's a lot of silly nonsense that Dragon includes that's not necessary. Their instructions are a complete nightmare. They give you variations upon variations, but then they don't explain the variations in the kit or in the directions. They leave parts off the directions, as did Meng. Meng wasn't quite as bad, but they also left parts off the instructions that you had to go and figure them out. Now, another thing I really like about the Meng is they gave you photo etch side skirts. They're beautiful. They fit really well, so when you're putting on these little nubs, you got to make sure that they do line up well. Unfortunately, in taking them on, put them off, I have broke off a couple of nubs, so I'll have to put those on. I really like the side skirts. I think they kind of make the tank look a little cooler. I'm going to build this in a fairly new, fairly clean, non-used, couple hours into combat and it's run out of gas or it's broke down, which seems to happen to most German fighting unit vehicles in 44 or 45. So which would I build again? Definitely the Meng. I wouldn't, if someone gave me this kit, I'd say thank you very much, but I'll pass. Yeah, seriously. This is a pain in the ass. When you look at suggested manufacturer's retail price, this goes anywhere. I've seen this kit anywhere from $89 to $119 in my local hobby shop. Of course, you're going to find it much cheaper online, eBay, HobbyLink Japan, wherever. This kit, I believe, has an MSRP of right around $69 to $79 depending on where you go. This one I picked up at a local hobby shop. I don't know what happened, but they had two of these on the shelf. One for $89.95 and one for $43.95. I grabbed the $43 one and went up to the tail. They rang it through and it was fine. So, I don't know. Somebody screwed up or this one was on sale. I don't know. I ain't going to look a gift horse in the mouth. This one I think I picked up on eBay for $43.95 Canadian with shipping from China. So, I don't mind 43 bucks for a super nice detailed kit like that. I would build this one again. In fact, I have the Meng Panther D sitting up, queued up to build this build season. So that is actually a recommended kit. This one not so much unless you get it really on sale and you're a bit of a masochist that you like to inflict pain and suffering on yourself, because this is a pain in the buttocks to build. This one not so much. Past the tracks. And I guess you could just get yourself, if you wanted to, if you could find a good enough price, get some aftermarket model casting tracks where all you have to do is link them together. But hey, I've been doing a lot more stock stuff lately and it's fun. So anyway, there you have it, guys. Whichever one you want to build, go for it. Just build something. Go build something, have some fun, but don't forget to have a life and spend time with your family. That's important. Models are fun. Family's more important. Alright guys, take care. Talk to you later.